everyone, welcome back to RTS, and in today's video I wanted to share a little bit of a segment of something we've been talking about over Patreon for a couple videos, and it is DIY embellishment kits. Now I have been doing this for a couple years, and so you know what happens when you sit down to Scrapbook and you go to look for something and you have to pull 4 or 5 different packages of the same thing. So I thought, why not combine and conquer and put all those different types of packaging into one little kit or a bag, and then you would have that ready to go the next time. So then as that started to progress, I thought, well, you know, you can make up your own embellishment kits using leftovers and stragglers and combining like items and then different color schemes, and it has just grew and grew and grew. So I wanted to share a little bit of a segment of something we were talking about, and then also here is another way that I have done that, because in the video you will see that I was using 5x7 baggies, and so now some embellishment kits that I'm making is in Avery L pockets. And so here is a DIY embellishment kit that is nothing but stars. And so when I sit down to do a Disney page, I just want to find all my stars at one time. I don't want to have to look at 7 or 8 different packages. So this is nothing but acetate stars and die cuts and stickers and puffies and things like that. Here is something that's nothing but ice cream and doilies and cherries that go on top of ice cream. Just fun. And here is drinks and vintage housewares and teacups, things like that. And here is something I'm always looking for, is my canning jars and specialty doilies. And then also maybe you have a certain theme you want to do. So here is nothing other than about documenting like months of the year, days of the week, that type of thing. And then here maybe you have a like item and they're in several different packaging. This is a lot of my color transparency, so I have them all combined into one kit. And also maybe you want to do season, theme, manufacturer, designer, maybe you just have a pretty color. So this is all of my weather related items. So I have the sun and I have the sun and the clouds and rainbows, things like that. And then here is nothing but the color green, and this is some 49 in Market jelly bean soup, all different kinds of green vintage labels and things like that. So you can do these DIY embellishment kits a million different ways. So in this segment I will show you how I was putting them in bags and some other ones I created, and if you stay tuned to the end of the video I will show you another different way of using those kits, you know, organizing them in a different container, and a couple other ideas. So one of the questions I recently got was this embellishment kit that I had used in a previous layout. It was just a couple videos ago, and so I had talked about in the video of how an embellishment kit is just a fun little kit that you can make, and you can do them in so many different ways. This one that I had used in the video, I think that was about the Johnny Rockets. I will have that video listed below. It was a 2-page layout, and this has to do with drink and food, so that's what this is about, this kit. Now what is good about this, instead of me having to go to 6 or 7 different places or look at 6 or 7 different pack of embellishments, it's all right here. It's what I wanted for the video. But you can do it by season, theme, manufacturer, designer, color, whatever you want. And it's a great thing to do when you're doing by color for a lot of those stragglers that we have when we're done creating a page. So this one is about food. This one here is about the tropics. So if I was to open this up, it has flowers and breads and die cuts and buttons and all kinds of fun tropical stuff. And if I flip it over, here is also some enamel dots and gems that I would basically use on a tropical page. These are from Crafter's Companion, that's Creative Memory. So it's just an embellishment kit. Now these are 5x7 baggies with an insert of a less than 5x7, say 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, just a piece of scrap of white paper, just to give me a little bit of a backer to make it a better bag. And then also here is basically some Paige Evans, and I call this my pastel bag because you can see this would be pastel or spring. It's just a lot of pastel colors. So there's chipboard, there's die cuts, all kinds of fun stuff. And then what this is perfect for, this is the best thing, is that it's for fast scrapbooking, really fast scrapbooking or scrapbooking on the go. So here is one, and this is what I mean. If I open this up, this is a color scheme. So this was pastel, this was tropics, this was food. This one here is colors. And so we have the red, the green, and the yellows, and also black. So what I could do then is just grab this embellishment pack. Now this one I have wood veneer, enamel dots, braid, ribbon, flare, braids, chipboard, yeah, all kinds of stuff. Then what I can do, and then grab a collection, you know, grab a paper pad, grab a collection pack, or go to my page kits. And this is how well things pair up, because I went to my page kits looking for red, green, and yellow. And right there, red, green, and yellow. And that is just another fun way to take your supplies and make an embellishment kit. I have this. So I'm building one, and I do this every so often. If I have some embellishments that I start to see a common theme or a pretty color scheme. So I'm going to call this one I'm calling this my grandma bag, because my grandma loved daisies. And anytime I see daisies, I think of her. But we have basically a summer look. So we have lemons and flowers and sunflowers and die cuts and bees and burlap. So a little bit of farmhouse, a little bit of country. How about country daisies is what we will call it. So I also can look for anything that is of this theme, or white, yellow, brown, black, things like that. So I just spied these 3 braids in my braid bowl. So you can just pull items from those little bowls and bins you have sitting around, stragglers you have left over. And then this is something, because I've been moving some things in my space, and have also been purging some things in my space. And so this is something that I have. And these are embellishments that are left over from layouts and projects, or things that I've gotten in Happy Meal, things like that. And so these are things I have to put away. So this is what I mean by leftovers and stragglers. So as I'm building this, I just leave this stuff out on a tray. And then anytime I see these colors, so I'm looking at, you know, burlap or cork or white or black or lemons or daisies, anything. Even some paper clips, braids, things like that. Now washi, I try not to throw in there because that's kind of bulk, but I had these frames. I could find a frame, maybe a yellow frame right there. Oh, that one, or maybe this bright one. Oh, look at that. So I could just stick in one frame. And then what happens is when you pull this out to play, look at the array of embellishments. So I could just sit here with this in mind and see if there's anything I could do to add to this. Oh, right here is something. Look at that. Home Sweet Home. I could throw that in there. Now, of course, there are some black photo corners, so I could just trim these down. I don't need all of that packaging in there. So I could just throw this in there. Stragglers. I'm always cutting embellishments down and apart. So what else do we have? This gray, or a couple of these. You Are My Home. Isn't this perfect? So let's see. Now we have some wood veneer. And I wouldn't go through this whole thing, because this right now is we're getting quite a chunk. Oh, look here. I think I'll stick with the white. Here's a little bit of white lace. I can stick it on. Here's that. There's that. So, you know, I just go, and as I'm building a kit, I'm just looking for different things. Oh, here's a white flower. See, there's just or white flower. How about a yellow flower? This is just different things from here. See, here's some braids that I bought. I still buy braids like that. I think they're fun. Do I need anything? No, I don't. So I could keep adding to this. Oh, here's a yellow heart. Here is a white, no, that's a blue flower. Oh, here's a black and white flower. So I'm just adding things to that. I think I'm going to take this green piece out. I don't know, that looks pretty with that. Doesn't that look pretty with that burlap? I love that color green. But then I'm going to keep those to the side, because I have a layout coming up that is about canned vegetables. Some canning, things like that. I could just, you know, find different things. So when you have these bits and bobs, I don't feel like putting this stuff away. I really don't. So I just kind of put it in this, and then I challenge myself one day if I want to be in my space, but I don't want to maybe actually scrapbook, that I could just get this out, separate it by product, and find a home for it. Sometimes it goes in kits, and look what I just bought, doilies. Sometimes I will make kits, sometimes I put it in kits, and here's 3 different types. Now I wouldn't put all these in there, but I'm going to put those in there. And then what I do, and you notice I didn't go through the whole thing, just some of it, because this is quite, and I don't know if this is going to make, this is quite the size. It really is. So what I do is just take a 5x7 baggie, or just use a sandwich bag, whatever you have. And then I just take a scrap of cardstock, throw it in there. We'll see if this fits. Oh, it might fit in there. And then if you had ribbon or fabric, paper clips, wood veneer, you name it. So put your bigger things in first. Well, I better put these doilies in. And then you can make embellishment kits with everything you own. Every product you have. Washi gets a little bit bulky, but your smaller washi, if you have little stragglers, throw them in there. But anything, and this is just a great way to open embellishment bags, see what you have, put them together, and it's really quick. Where were those ones I just had? It's really quick. If I had these all in different embellishment bags, or different, if I just had different product bags. Look how many different products is in one bag. Instead of opening up 6 or 7 or 8 or 9, 10 different embellishment packs, they're all in one little kit. Really fun. And I like doing it with color schemes. So I'm just going to put this in here. And then I will probably put this together. Stick that in there. And get all this in here. This is pretty. This is pretty, pretty, pretty. And this... and with this yellow and black, that would be good for summer pages or just girlfriends, things like that. So that is how I did these embellishment kits. And again, there is so many ways to do this. You could do these smaller, you could do these bigger. You could do this in an 8x10 bag. You really could. You could do them in a page protector. But these are great for traveling because you just pick it up, good to go. And I think the really good visual for this is that when I have something like this here, and you see all the different things, and then I just simply go to my page kits. I mean, is that not the best thing ever? It is. That's the best thing ever. So I hope you enjoyed that little bit of a clip of seeing how you can get the idea of doing DIY embellishment kits, and then of course doing your own spin on it. What do you have left over? What do you have straggling around? What just needs to find a home? Maybe make a DIY embellishment kits, and you can go by theme, season, designer, manufacturer, color, make up your own theme. And so for me, I have some more DIY embellishment kits, and what I did this time is that I just have these in 4x6 photo organizers, or just little organizers you can get at Hobby Lobby, Scrapbook.com. I cherry on top, and I will have a link below if I can find some of these. So here is one that I made up myself, and this one is called, I gave it its own name. I call it my Starbucks box, my Starbucks kit. Because if you open it up, what's in here? A little Starbucks stir, little stoppers, what they call them. So in this is some yellow and green and wood grain and cork and burlap. And there's even a canning jar. Just the sweetest little thing. So I call this my Starbucks. Starbucks embellishment. Now, a kit. So now here's another one. I call this my Paige Evans because the inspiration was a piece of Paige Evans chipboard. And again, this is something that you can, there are endless ways to do this. You may find something like maybe a roll of washi or a piece of chipboard or a sticker, and it just makes you want to play with a certain color scheme. Why not make an embellishment kit? So if I was to pull all these elements from here, it would be in those same colors of that beautiful Paige Evans chipboard piece. And then here is another one, and this was because I had some 49 and market items, and they started to pile up on my desk in a certain color. And so this is blue and gray and white and silver, and isn't this pretty? even have an old school metal book plate. Do you remember that? And even some flare brads, and there's a skinny roll of navy washi. So that was just a color scheme I started to see appearing. And then of course this one, I love this color scheme, especially for summer. This is like a navy and an orange and a white and a gray. And you can see what I have. I have enamel dots and buttons and just everything. Here's ears. Well, you can just create your own, and that's why we call them DIY embellishment kits. So I hope you enjoyed this little bit of a clip I wanted to share. It was something that we've been discussing over at Patreon, and you are more than welcome to hop over there. Patreon is no different than YouTube. It's just a different place to go, a different place to play. And over at Patreon to watch my videos, it's just $1 a month. And we have over 700 videos over there right now, over 700, and nearly 100 of those videos is all about organizing. So if the organizing bug is where you're at right now, pop over, watch us, and then join the discussion, because we have such an active group over there, just wonderful, talented, inspiring people. So hop over and watch and enjoy, and come back to RTS and keep recording the story.